Sensation is going to be a really important aspect of this storytelling. I'm not sure how to describe it, but I can't get out of my house today because somebody's being oppressive multiple ways, and they will just pop up and they'll ruin the future because they know I trigger from them.
Well,
so they
I'm going to try and stop
they have
the
power.
trauma, which
and I said, please stop a long time ago. They refused to, so they need to stop.
Completely.
Bye, we're over.
People want to assume
so, excuse me, whether or not you follow me in these
I'm definitely not going to
channels or not is not
I know
anywhere or not near my understanding sunny disposition. We're not the same person.
I got my teaching voice back.
Get away from me.
Whoops, sorry, but that's
it.
the voice that says
that's
I
the
don't
best
think
I can do with somebody who's not being honest.
Wrong. So you need to correct this because the right thing to do
he said, she
is to
said,
recognize that you do
that's
not
why I
abuse
stuck
kids
with everything authentically as possible when it came up.
Their teacher
Otherwise,
lost
my
their
research
mind
doesn't
because
count.
I'm just studying, not really studying, just trying to write down the stuff that I'm learning about sensory and head trauma because I feel it in my body. Plus the fact that half my body's numb, which I'll discuss. I think a lot of it is from the trauma of what happened in my house.
Being canonized within your lifetime.
Writing at its best is a lonely life. He grows in public stature as he sheds his loneliness, and often his work deteriorates. For he does his work alone, and if he's a good enough writer, he must face eternity, or the lack of it, each day.
Hemingway's earlier drafts of the Nobel Prize speech tell a darker story.
There is no lonelier man than the writer when he is writing, except the suicide.
Okay, so I'm not sure how much more clear I can make this, but my epic journey will begin when I start to go through the paperwork and start putting it online and discussing what exactly it means to create the trail backwards. Trying to live in the moment. It's really hard. I'm doing my best to stay with it, even though it's impossible, but it'll be fine. I'm confident. Yeah, right. Okay, the whole point is to not die. Not yet. So we just have this one life. So I'm going to discuss all the things that I told my ex-husband who was dealing with mental illness. Well, that wasn't insane greed, but that's the thing. It was insane greed and never mental illness. So I thought, well, and that's because you'll have to know where I come from to understand that, yeah, I'm atypical when it comes to certain things, but it's because of the way I was raised. So we'll have to discuss it because, like I said, you got to be a well-balanced person, and I have art industry pretty well figured out, meaning I don't give a shit anymore. I'm going to be discussing all of it, okay? What you need in life. I became a teacher for a reason. Hello. And I guess it was to save Neppy. Neppy! Ow! Gnawing on me. Dang. Wow. You are ferocious. See? Baby panther. All right. Ah! Huh. Right. Don't mess with Kitty. Don't forget. All right. Bye.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. It's a beautiful day.
For somebody who was in television,
the
he was
first
just
flow to just get really into it. That means that all the audio, the video that's on my phone right now, I don't know where to put it. It doesn't matter. It just
in front of John Pastor, who's the senator.
To start. So I held my face so straight during this wedding.
Fuck technology.
And the reason why is because, oh my God, the entire
This is the way hearing not to reach for a headline, but to reach for a result.
Not informed about what's going to happen.
Clicking.
Of hearings, and he hasn't been very impressed. If you've been watching those hearings and you had to bet on whether or not PBS was going to keep going, no.
That educational television should permanently struggle for subsistence is intolerable.
All right, who's the next one?
Senator Pastore told the group, I've heard everybody read your testimonies. I don't want anyone to read anymore. I'm tired of hearing the reading. When I heard about that, I thought, uh-oh.
themselves because my ex-husband.
All right, Roger, you got the floor.
And I could hear in his voice the nerves.
Senator Pastore, this is a philosophical statement and would take about 10 minutes to read, so I'll not do that. One of the first things that a child learns in a healthy family is trust. And I trust what you have said that you will read this. It's very important to me. I care deeply about children. My first children...
Will it make you happy if you read it?
No.
I'd just like to talk about it if it's all right. This is what I give. I give an expression of care every day to each child to help him realize that he is unique. I end the program by saying, you've made this day a special day by just your being you. There's no person in the whole world like you, and I like you just the way you are. And I feel that if we in public television can only make it clear that feelings are mentionable and manageable, we will have done a great service. Could I tell you the words of one of the songs which I feel is very important?
Yes.
This has to do with that good feeling of control, which I feel that children need to know is there. And it starts out, what do you do with the mad that you feel? And that first line came straight from a child. I work with children, doing puppets in very personal communication with small groups. What do you do with the mad that you feel? When you feel so mad you could bite. When the whole wide world seems oh so wrong, and nothing you do seems very right. It's great to be able to stop when you've planned a thing that's wrong and be able to do something else instead and think this song. I can stop when I want to, can stop when I wish, can stop, anytime. Know that there's something deep inside that helps us become what we can.
I think it's wonderful. I think it's wonderful.
What do you think was happening in my house? Seriously.
Looks like you just earned the $20 million.
Fred Rogers is easily the star of the show.
About yours, okay? Meaning, how could you give permission for someone to be violent? I don't get it. I was telling you exactly what was happening, and it was poo-pooed and dismissed. What do you think that does to someone who is enjoying themselves, getting off on the fact that I don't have the ability to fight back? I don't have not when I'm not dealing with honesty and somebody who is acting so irrational he's threatening to kill the cat and himself and has already physically fucking touched me and is raping me in my house because I did not consent to somebody coming into my home who didn't want to marry me and had his parents force me, because that's what you shared, correct? So David Michalewski, whether or not you want to pop up anywhere, just know that you were chosen. He chose you to be our therapist after a year, a bartender, and you told him it was okay to be aggressive, and that was the wrong thing to do.